Hello and welcome back, Adobe Livestream. How are you doing today? How's everyone doing in the chat?
Hi.
Hi guys. My name is Alexis Bustos and I'm here with the wonderful Keshia White.
Hello.
All right, happy Monday everyone.
Yes.
I just wanted to say, welcome.
Thank you, Alexis.
Thank you for coming all this way.
Excited to be here today, yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the next couple hours, and Keshia's gonna be with us tomorrow. So let's check out the schedule really quick, shall we? I can't wait. Can't wait to get started.
I know, I'm excited.
All right, so if we had the Photoshop Creative Challenge earlier, tomorrow we're gonna do some more Adobe Live, career building stuff with Brian Allen, and then Howard has just given us a creative challenge. I hope everyone's working on it. I'm excited to see them. We're excited to see them. Mm-hmm. And then tomorrow, Keshia White will be here as well. So, and don't forget guys, Creative Challenge is so fun. Just get going, just get moving on it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We know it's a very limited amount of time, so can't wait to see those. Keshia.
Yeah.
I want to know everything about you.
Well, yay, well, perfect. Well, good. Well, I have a quick introduction, I guess, to introduce myself and to introduce the project I'm about to do here. So I will be designing for multiple screens here with you guys today. And just want to do a quick intro. How do I present from current slide? Oh, there we go.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay, perfect. I never do these. I'm always reviewing them. So so here, designing on Adobe Live. So a little background on me. My name is Keshia White again. I run my own brand strategy and design agency called Keshia White Designs. My focus as a designer is just to make sure I'm designing strategic brands and websites. And I primarily work with service-based businesses. So this is like coaches, consultants, maybe bookkeeper, accountants, those types of people, and helping them to really position their brands to attract more high caliber clients through their design. And then I'm just really a huge brand strategy advocate, so I'll talk a little bit about the strategy behind what I'm going to create today as well. And a little background on my design background. So I did not go to art school, actually. I just started designing in 2014 when I started a lifestyle blog. So this was on the side of my day job at the time. And I went to undergrad for marketing and learned design through evening classes after the 9-to-5 that I was working. And a year ago, actually this week, I quit my software sales job and went full-time in my design business after a yoga retreat to Bali. So it's been a great transition so far. Definitely a lot of work, but excited that I did it. And then another couple things about me, I love personal development, always reading something, listening to a podcast or YouTube interview. I love fall in the South. I really don't like the humid summers down. It's still really hot there. So being here in San Francisco has been nice. So yeah.
A yoga retreat to Bali. Mm-hmm. You really did it.
Yeah,
oh my
so
gosh.
Nice. Yeah, I was like so zenned out when I came back from there. Need to do that again. Yes.
I love it. So Keshia, your official title is Web and Brand Designer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And what a transition you've made.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been good. A good year so far.
Awesome.
Yep.
So what are you going to be doing with us today?
So for my project here, so one of my top hobbies is cooking. I love food and I love cooking. So I wanted to design like a fictional meal kit delivery service. And then I need help naming it though. So as we design today, you can put name suggestions in the chat if you have some name suggestions. So yep, so that's what we'll be doing. And I wanted to give a little bit of background on it for this is typically how I would do with clients. So I start every project with my clients with a brand strategy session. So it's almost like workshop style where we jump on Zoom because typically my clients are virtual. So I have this workbook, this strategy workbook I go through with them. And we discuss all these things on this slide. So I just kind of made up some stuff for this fictional company. So the mission of the company would be to empower young professionals to cook fresh, healthy, and delicious meals quickly. The target market is young professionals ages 25 to 35, making at least $55,000 a year, who value living a healthy lifestyle, but they're really, really busy with their work and with commuting. So finding the time to cook healthy meals is challenging. And then our meal kit delivery service will be the solution for them because They'll offer healthy meals that can be for 2 people or 4 people using those fresh, flavorful ingredients that can all be prepared within 30 minutes or less. And then I like to think of the objectives of the design. So like if this was a real company, the objectives would be for both the for a mobile app and for a website. Would be to, of course, gain new email subscribers, which could be leads for potential customers in the future. And then, of course, to attract new customers to get them to sign up right away. And then to even influence customers to refer their friends, because word of mouth is huge in business, to get them to grow. And then to encourage repeat orders for that repeat business coming in. So that's what the objectives of the design would be.
So important. So important for that stuff.
Yep. And then the quick goals. So based on that stuff, I just put together a quick goals list for the website, because I typically do this too. So I'll come up with the branding stuff first based on all the mission and values and stuff of the company that we just looked at. And then once I get ready for like the UI, UX, like website part, then I think of what are the goals going to be for this, so I can kind of lay out the web pages properly. So the goals for the site is, of course, going to be to really drive people to signing up for that first subscription box, to give them an opportunity to review menus and order again, or refer their friends and subscribe to the email list. And then on the app, the goals there will be like if you want to review your recipes as you're cooking, and then the referral piece kind of gets looped in again, so you can even text and email your friends from the app to refer them. And then to get reminders for those repeat orders and nutrition tips, I thought could be something cool and helpful. So, yep.
Wow, really exciting.
Yeah, so good. So we have a whole plan here to make sure we're designing something with some thought behind it. So it's not just making cute stuff just to
it actually
just to
works.
Make it cute.
And for specific, I love that you included also budget. I think that's definitely something a lot of designers don't think about. We have aged them, but also how much they're making and like what they can actually access.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
making sure you're targeting the right market. Sometimes I see clients like they're passionate about a certain market, but it's like, in this market, do they have the disposable income to afford what you sell, kind of thing? So yeah, so you definitely want to make sure you're targeting a market that can afford you, whatever it is that you do. So yep. And then super quick, so today what we're going to be focusing on is just wireframing for the website pages and the mobile app in Adobe XD. And then day 2 is making sure we fill in the wireframes with the graphics, so the photos and text. And then I'm going to try to get a voice command feature to be able to like pull up a recipe from the app. So we're going to try to tie that in at the end on day 2.
That's going to be great.
So yeah.
That's a fun feature.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow.
So that's my quick little intro there.
We love the deck. You're getting a lot of comments on your your deck.
Oh, yay. Oh, thank you.
Just started off.
Yeah, I see somebody asking for access to the deck. I'm like, yeah, it's well good. I'm glad you guys like that. So, yep. So I guess super quick here. I did do my sketches for wireframing on paper, to be transparent. So my process for wireframes for a website or an app, I typically design on web though. But anyway, I always start with paper, and then I kind of label each section. So as I talk through each section that I'm building here, I'll talk about what the goal is, because I think of each section of a website as having a goal for the end user. So I'll talk to you guys about that too.
Awesome.
So yes, so here we are on our home in Adobe XD here. So I will start out with taking the sketch from paper here over to a wireframe here in XD really quick. So yep.
Awesome.
So this is
just some fast digital sketching. Love it. And how did you kind of get into designing websites and like getting the fundamentals? I remember you saying did you take a certificate or a class or? Yeah,
so that's actually, I got into design, I guess, with blogging. So I actually started my own lifestyle blog in 2014. And then, of course, as a blogger, it was a hobby, so didn't have a budget or even think about hiring a designer for that, since it was definitely just more of a hobby at the time. And then decided to kind of design my own site, and then I liked it so much, and people were kind of asking me for help, so I went to a certificate program for web design. So
I got it.
So I started practicing in the evenings and all of that, to just hone a new skill, because I was just noticing how big technology was. I was like, I need a technical skills.
Absolutely.
In life right now. So
absolutely.
Yep.
There is no wrong way to get into any type of designing.
Yes,
Right?
it's not.
I love
not at all.
everyone's origin stories.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, yeah. Lindsay agrees. Have to start on paper. A lot of people have to start on paper. Sketching is the name of the game.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It just
Some
helps
people
you
like
get
to
your
go
thoughts.
straight into like their prototype, their digital prototype. But I think there's a case to be made for sketching still.
It definitely is for me because I am able to get my thoughts together and then really think of the goals with the hierarchy. Because like this top space here, for example, I have the types of fonts saved over here. It's the goal will be to get them to place an order. So just in case if they're ready right away, as soon as they get to the website, they can see quickly this order now button right at the top. And then there'll be a nice image right here as well. Then I might put oh yeah, there's supposed to be a little bit of text here, but I'll do that later. But yeah, so for now we'll just stop there. And then like our next section, the goal for the next section was kind of more so to inform people who may need a little more convincing.
Right.
Sometimes they don't know about your company yet. So if you want to convince them a bit more, you can give your company background info. What color I want to make this? Right, not the border. So yeah, so maybe some background info. So this part will be like why us, like why our meal kit service.
Got it.
I'm just gonna duplicate that because it'll make it quick.
Perfect. So you're starting with your very first thing people see on the site is this order now. And you've established that goal way early on. Like you knew that based on like talking with your client and discussing like what their goals are, what their need is.
Yeah.
And that's how you're, and I love it. I love that you're laying it out like goal by goal, section by section, goal by goal. That's great. That's a great way to think about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Because that's what, because sometimes I feel like people, they just are like, yeah, I need a website. But then we ask them, like, what are your business goals? Like, what do you want people to do on the website? Because you want them to, of course, I need to extend this down. Of course, to get a ROI, return on their investment in the site, because the website is an investment of time and money, of course. So thinking about it from this goals perspective helps you.
You guys, we're getting like a master class right now. I think this is,
Okay.
we are really.
Yay, well, good.
So much of designing is, I think, well, obviously Keshia knows how to make things look beautiful, but she also has a lot of just knowledge about why and why it's important, It's really great. You've come from this other world and landed in design, and it's so wonderful.
Yeah, because kind of having a sales, because with my background before design, day job background, I was in sales jobs.
Sales.
So working in sales, you're like always thinking about benefits for the customers. Like, well, how does this benefit them? Because nobody just wants to buy software for fun. Like,
Absolutely. Absolutely. All of these goals, all of these return on investments, they all are integrated into designing. We can't stray away from people actually using it.
Yes. So you gotta.
Julia asked, do you have to start on paper, or are there UX UI designers that start directly with Adobe XD?
I know
You're kind of doing a hybrid of both, right?
Yeah.
You have some sketches. You have some sketches, and then you're kind of sketching again, right? Like doing like a quick digital sketch on XD.
Yeah, because it helps me go faster to me in here.
Quick plug. A lot of people use UI kits to kind of get started.
Oh, yes.
To kind of, right?
Yeah. It gives you a head start for sure with all those elements already created.
So that's kind of a form of it. I think in general, though, to lay out your ideas, to lay out your goals, a lot of people, sketching just easy. You can erase it. You can crumple it up. You can throw it up the wall.
You can make sure it makes logical sense to myself. Because I feel like I try to put myself in the shoes of the user, I guess. Be like, does this make sense as a user flow? Am I giving them all the info they need? For some reason, I can do that better on paper when and then I'm kind of researching too with other industry websites sometimes. So as I'm researching, then I can compile what I'm researching on the paper first. And then once I get to screen, I'm like, okay, I know what
Screen feels too final, so final,
It does,
right?
yeah, exactly, yeah.
But if you do need a UI kit, which there are a bunch online. Keshia actually has created one herself. Maybe some of you have seen it before, but it's up on Behance if you want to download it, and it's actually a really beautiful UI kit. If you want to show it on my screen. There it is. It's awesome, and it's specifically for blog and media websites.
Yeah.
And it's a very women-focused UI kit. So this is Keshia's UI kit. This is awesome.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
there's
that
a
was
little
fun.
GIF. It's got all the things you need. You could just design just like Keshia.
I know all the grids, all the repeat grids. Repeat grids are a great feature here in XD, so you don't have to duplicate build out the same little what is it, images with the word under the image. So yeah,
There you go,
so I
repeat
use
grids.
those a lot, yeah, throughout the kit.
Awesome. You can literally just follow along with us.
Yeah, it gives you even spacing too, really.
Oof.
So now I'm kind of on this second section for like how it works, because first people, they may be like, well, why us? So these would be kind of like, these are going to be images here, these 3 boxes. So it'll be, it's fresh because these are health conscious people, and then I'm going to change this word healthy, and then fast because they're busy, so they want food fast. They don't want to be in the kitchen cooking for 2 hours.
Right.
So those will be our like 3 reasons for why them. And then I could always add space to elaborate on it, but I'll just keep it short here. And then for how it works, so certain people, they may not necessarily still be sold yet, so maybe they want to know why, or excuse me, how does this work exactly? Like, what would I be signing up for?
Right, right. Just a
this
little,
section.
with each layer going down, just a little more information to give this person to get this person to click that initial button.
And then
Awesome.
I'm gonna click over here too, because I actually, in this assets panel, I had some font selections saved already. This might be too small, but then I'm gonna center it. So I selected for the heading fonts. What is this? Is Franklin Gothic URW. I believe this is an Adobe font, I believe. And then I know this one is too, this Eves, this one underneath here. I feel like that's too tiny. I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger. That's line spacing. Let's make this. I'll do like that. Okay, so we may change that later, but for now.
Awesome. If y'all just joining us, we are here with Keshia White, and we are going over how to create a service, a food delivery service.
Yeah.
And we're starting with a web, and then we'll go into an actual app, and how it's going to look, and just really awesome things happening right now, people. Yeah. We also, in about 10 minutes, have a chat to win opportunity for 100 Sticker Mule stickers. That's a big deal. That's a lot. That's a lot of stickers.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stickers, so that's coming up, guys.
So I use repeat grid again here, because it's also nice to use when you I'll just leave it at skip for now, but I'll modify the words tomorrow probably. But you can repeat grid too on words, which I just noticed. So you don't necessarily have to do it on just images. So that way the spacing between each of these will be even.
Oh, love that.
We're gonna make that look pretty too.
Yeah.
And so then down here, I want to do another call to action, because I'm big on like multiple calls to action to the top action that you want them to take. So if after they look at this and they're like, oh, why us? We see it's fresh, it's healthy, fast, and then we understand how it works. So let's tell them to order again.
Nice.
So we're gonna get another call to action again. And then our last section, I'm keeping this homepage pretty short. So the final section will be the lead generation section. So like if they want to get on the email list to find out about new recipes or to get an offer. Typically I tell my clients for emails, just saying sign up for updates is so generic and nobody cares. They don't want your update. So you want to give them something
Something else.
Incentive. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So like incentivize them for signing up. So for this, I was like maybe 20 or 15 bucks off the first box. Usually that's what a lot of these meal companies do, to give you some type of discount to start out. So that's what this final section will be down here. So I guess I'll duplicate this text again. And just put stay in the loop.
Got it. Stay in the loop. Some great copy coming through too. Some great creative copy.
Yeah, I'm trying to. That's what. Yeah, I've had to help clients with copy and stuff before too, because they're like, I don't know what to say. Because I may start looping in copywriters in my projects, really, because it's.
So when you're working with clients, you know, you're really going through each. You are everything to them. You are the designer. You are the copywriter. You are strategy.
Yeah, therapist.
So you must have really have like established a good like flow for a lot of your clients to make it easier for you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because I had I guess really last year when I first went full time, I had a design process that I started with, but then I kind of modified it a bit to make it a little bit better once I saw gaps, because I saw gaps with the strategy piece. So the strategy session, I didn't always start with that. So I used to do a questionnaire, and I felt like with the questionnaire, I didn't get enough info, because I know a lot of designers start with the questionnaire, and it was okay. But then I feel like a lot of people didn't know how to answer the questions, or they were too brief with their answers, and it didn't give me enough info, and I'm like, well, I still don't know what to do. So and then I used to have them do like a Pinterest exercise before we start designing too.
That.
But I don't know, I don't want to give them that much, not to be like that much creative power, because then after I started learning strategy, I was like, well, if they go on Pinterest just pinning random stuff that may not have anything to do with appealing to like
it's hard to get focused down on what
because they don't
what
really know.
your client wants for themselves.
Yeah,
wow,
so
there's so much to strategy.
Yeah.
There's so much fun stuff to strategy. Wow.
So I like just do the strategy session now over the phone call, over Zoom, so we can see each other's faces, and then we have a workbook we go through as we talk. It's kind of fun. It feels like it's almost like a therapy session for your business.
Oh my God, I love that.
Because we're like, what impact do you want to make, and what do you want to be known for, and just all this. And
and how are you today?
Yeah, I know. All these
I'm here to hear you, because you're really taking like a baby, their idea, a concept somebody has, and you are just raising it fully.
And bringing it to life.
Bringing it to life.
And presenting them well.
That's amazing. So it's way more than just design over here right now, you guys.
Yeah, we're like trying to position your business properly. Because that's what, oh my gosh, I see some people when they come to me, they're website, so I don't know, like, because you know how some sites are either hard to navigate, or they don't thoroughly explain what they do or the benefits of what they do, and the call to actions are bad, and I'm like, well, that's why you're not getting leads from your website. So you want to just present yourself. It's like, I know they do quality work, and I want them to look like it. It's like, you deserve to look like you do great work, because I know you do.
Write that down. You deserve to look like you do.
Yeah, you do.
That is it. That's everything.
Because too many people, it's like, don't shortchange yourself. And then especially if you want to, as a service provider, if you want to charge premium rates, because I'm really, really big on the, I guess charging, because especially if you're trying to do business full time, you want to make sure your rates are at a point where you can support a life for yourself.
Right.
And if you want to charge premium, that's what you pretty much have to do any of this stuff full time. So you have to make sure your premium look is there to make sense, because people will look at something really quick and get turned off if it looks like confusing or something like that. So.
Is everyone taking notes? Because this is how you're gonna make it, you guys.
Yeah.
These notes.
I love like my business strategy stuff.
I think a lot of designers are, we live that like freelance life every now and then, and it's just important to be able to sell yourself as well, and sell what you do, and do it right.
Yeah.
And Keshia's doing it right, I think.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Amazing.
So down here, I'm just putting like a contact and FAQs for help, because you always want to make that. These aren't the top calls to action, so that's why they're just kind of more small down here. And once we come up with the name, I'll put the name down in the space there to even it out. But
that's right, chat. We need a name. We're naming this service. Let's see, what are some things?
Meal delivery.
Meal delivery.
For millennials.
It's healthy, it's fresh, it's fast, it's for young professionals, so you can kind of be more creative with that name probably.
Yeah.
We're all in this together to make that name. We'll check in, tomorrow? You think tomorrow's a good time to figure out the name?
Tomorrow will be good.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. And give us some time, because I'm terrible with names. That's why I literally name my business just after my name. I'm like, I don't have time to think of a name. I just want to start selling stuff. So we're just gonna call it after me and get on these calls and sell stuff. So.
I love it. All right, we are under 5 minutes until chat and win. Do you guys want stickers? Do you like stickers? Do you need something to cover your laptop or your water bottle? Or make one just with your face on it. And sticker mill does all sorts of things, so that's happening soon, guys.
Okay.
All right.
And what I think I'm gonna do, because I know you can duplicate. Wait, let me click on this super quick. I know you can duplicate in here too, because I want to duplicate the. I guess I don't necessarily have to, but I will. I don't want to build the header out again. So you can hold down your Alt key and duplicate an artboard in here. Oops, not like that. Wait, select the whole board. Right. There we go.
That's one thing I always thought was really tricky was how to you have to attach yourself onto those tiny little dots.
Mm-hmm. I know. Because I'm like, wait, how do
duplicate.
I duplicate it? I know I did it. So some of this stuff I know I can keep, so I don't have to do, because of course the header, when you're designing a website, it's going to be the same most of the time. And then the meals, I guess I'll probably keep that, because this section will be the menu section. So once you pull up the menu, let me change the name of it, I guess, too. So typically on these meal kit services, you'll see menus for the week. So I made up the week for next week. This will work this week or something. So.
And this page is coming off of which button on the main page?
So this one will be the Order Now button. So once they clicked on that Order Now, then they'll see this menu. So this will show what meals are available for the week. And then it'll show, so these images, I'm gonna change this font, so I guess I'll use my asset over here.
Interesting. So once the user has decided, okay, yes, I'm gonna order now. This is where we go. And so what are some of the goals around this second page, right? You're you finally got them in, you're taking that extra step. Maybe they're kind of ready to commit, maybe not.
So this one will be, they can basically, I guess, look at the menu items to see okay, I know these are fresh meals, so what type of meals, I guess, to see if it sounds like meals they would like. So I'm just gonna do 6. So I just duplicated this so we can pull this down, and then they can click on a meal name and then see a detail of a certain order, of a certain recipe, to see what's in the recipe, to make sure they want to order it, and then they'll be able to add to the cart. So my last page was for the website was going to be a confirmation page, so I was going to try to do a prototype of Order Now button. Well, not an Order Now, I mean a confirmation of your order button kind of thing.
The full flow. True full flow.
So just a simple, because usually you can go back and do repeat orders, and there's a login space. We have time for all
right. We're just doing the essentials right now. Let's see. So I guess tomorrow, Voodoo Val is going to set up a poll for name suggestions. Thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, perfect. Hey, thank you.
One less thing for Keshia to worry about. Yeah. Do you ever use layout grids for your website designs?
I don't think I do. I don't. Not really, because typically not necessarily, because usually I carry my websites over. I design mostly in Squarespace because I like to do minimal coding, because you have to do a little bit in there, but for the most part you don't have to do a ton of coding. So I'm just kind of do my prototyping over in here, and then I pretty much look at what I prototype, and then I put it on the web in Squarespace there.
Got it. Okay.
But one day I do probably want to get a developer to help me out, so I can just focus on design and they can just develop it all, but I'm not there yet.
But soon.
Yeah, I know, hopefully.
We're going to put it in the universe.
I know, that would be some great help, because especially with WordPress, I hate WordPress. I don't know how many design people dig in WordPress or not. I can do it, but it's I don't necessarily enjoy it as much as a straight developer would, I guess. Or
right. That's the classic designer developer. You have a lot of overlap. Some designers overlap. Some developers overlap. All right. Oh, we're at 10 seconds, so we're gonna do some chat to win. Everyone start chatting. Let's just everyone just say hi. Just say hi to each other and where you're from. Let's see it. I want to see that. All right. So we'll be right back. Did you chat? Did you chat? Because you're gonna win. Keep chatting, guys. We were talking about you were designing on WordPress, Squarespace. And is that because a lot of your clients, it's just kind of an easier thing to manage, or?
Yeah, that too. Because honestly, a lot of times on my sales calls for clients, I end up kind of educating them on Squarespace because sometimes they think it's like it's set in stone, like you're just gonna give them a template, and I'm like, no, that's just if.
This is interesting. It's an interesting topic, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people need design work, but a lot of people don't know how to manage any backends. Oh,
Yeah.
Vanessa won. There you are.
Oh, she won. Yay.
Awesome.
Go,
Congratulations, Vanessa. You got 100 sticker meal stickers.
Wow, that's a lot.
3x3. That's perfect. Perfect size. Just right. Something you can put right there. And for everyone else, you've also won. Adobe Live 19 is going to get you 10 stickers for $1. Congratulations, everyone, all of us. That's exciting. It's not just stickers. It's what else? It's any other. Let's see. There's what else is there actually? I'm not sure. But you know what? Sticker Meal is awesome with helping you design as well. They're just one of those services that is just really great with, like, when you send a design in, they'll be like, you know what? Maybe you can't see that text a little bit. Maybe that image isn't the right isn't right for your sticker. So perfect.
Oh, very nice. Good. Congrats to our winner there. So I'm gonna delete that. So for this last page, so I ended up duplicating the menu page because I'm gonna try to do when we prototype tomorrow to show what it would look like if we select 3 meals and click on the select meals button. Show just what the selection, it would be like a little checkbox in each corner, and I'll add that in later. And then this final page here, this would just be, I'll just delete this whole background, actually take that off too. But this final page would be the your order is on the way kind of page.
Like this.
Because as I was building, I was like, crap, I didn't put a payment, all that stuff. But I'm like, well, this is fictional. So, so I'm like, this is close enough. They don't have to actually pay anything. So, yeah. So we got your orders on the way. And then I was going to do like an image of like a happy person who's excited about food over here.
Oh.
Our order's coming. Yeah. And then confirmation of what they got. So this would be, I guess, a little tiny image of each meal again, and then the word of each.
Awesome. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, it looks like Vanessa was talking about Squarespace too.
Yeah.
Because it's easy for clients to handle.
It is. Yeah, that's a good plus. Because there's some of them I feel like they don't know that you can customize it, so they think it's going to be a template. So when I let them know, like, hey, I customize it and you can easily manage it, then then they're sold on it after. You kind of have to sell them on it. And then some people, they just come in and they don't care at all. And then sometimes I get people on Wix, and I'm trying to convince them to switch because I haven't learned Wix.
Wow.
Not that anything is wrong with Wix.
No,
I heard Wix is good too, but I just haven't learned it. So I'm like, okay, I can switch you. But yeah, both of them are definitely great.
Yeah. Everyone needs a website, or at some point maybe, and everyone's skill level is different.
Yeah.
So this conversation around like where to build it and how to build it, it's great if you have a developer, but if your client can't access it.
It's like, yeah, and then it'll be, and then honestly, it kind of
Classic,
gets...
classic freelance, topic of discussion for sure.
Because it can get costly for them too if they have to keep paying me every time they need me to change a photo. Because some WordPress sites are like that. If you just want to change a picture, you have to keep contacting your web designer just to change your picture out, which is kind of a time inconvenience as well.
Oh yeah. Hi Ryan. We're streaming from San Francisco, sunny California. And Keshia actually came to us from Atlanta.
Yes, I came all the way from the other side of the country. Do a quick stream over here, so it's been good. It's my first time in San Francisco.
Oh my gosh. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Yes, nice. I'm loving this weather. Like I said, oh my God, it's still like 95 degrees in Georgia right now. So.
Oh my God.
I'm so over summer.
Wow. So if you're joining us, we are going through some wireframes, and Keshia is building out the actual website of this food delivery service that we're creating, this fictional food delivery service. And we're going through, where are we now? We were in the confirmation page.
Yeah, so I just duplicated that because I'm going to make a, so this goal here, this is another goal again. So the referral piece. So I'm going to put a share the food kind of thing to encourage them to refer a friend to. So I'm going to put refer.
This referral piece is big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you feel like you see a lot of people like actually submitting and it like helping businesses that you've worked with?
So typically, a lot of times I work with the more service provider type people, so they don't do a ton of it. But I guess in my research though, for something like this, I've seen it, and then like I refer people to the kits I use and stuff, so then they end up trying it out because of me.
Right.
So kind of seen it in that sense, but yeah. But not a ton on the client
It's all
side.
about that incentive, right? You give 20, you get 20, especially for these types of services.
Yeah,
Got it.
help the
Okay.
word spread too. Because I feel like a lot of these are, I guess they're not as new anymore, but they're kind of still in their newish phase, or people are kind of looking at, what is that? So to help them get the word out from a friend, you probably would trust what your friend says about it first before. So that's pretty much it for the website. So I guess super quick to recap, we have our home page with our call to action here to encourage them to order now. We're going to do a nice picture here. Then when we come up with the name tomorrow, I'll have the name up there too. And then why us, so just a few quick benefits, and then I may put a few words under there tomorrow. And then how it works, because people who are new to this, they may not know, or they may be like, how does it work? How do I get my food? So we're gonna talk through each step here. So step 1, select and deliver. And then I just put skip, because sometimes people get skeptical. They think you're gonna charge them every month on stuff like this. So if you are transparent, you can overcoming an objection, because I also tell my clients too, any FAQs people may come up with, if you can address that on your page, and then they'll probably be more likely to take action, because that could be an objection to a service like this. So yeah, we're addressing the objection kind of there.
Got it.
And then our order button again, and then if they for some reason don't order, this should be sign up there. This will be the email address thing. So if they don't want to sign up right away, we got the email here, and then that's our last section here. Oh yeah, then another good tip for email for my service-based businesses that I work with, a lot of times I'll do their email opt-in in the footer, because I like it, because you know how the footer shows up on every page on the website, no matter what page they're on. Because with these incentives, people usually have to see it a bunch of times before they actually sign up for it. So yeah, just a little email tidbit. And then this page is our menus page.
It's important to just keep reinforcing that, or whatever that goal is, right?
Yeah, because people there just look at it and be like, yeah, whatever, I'll order later. Or I'll sign up later.
So I'll order when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Because it's a food delivery service.
So you can just let them know kind of quickly. I'll change the field for these really quick.
Food delivery.
Oops. I want to match. Wait.
Cornelian's asking about handing off to developers and any UX designers who are trying to develop apps or websites, or what tools designers can use. Have you ever experienced kind of handing off to developers? Or is it?
Yeah, but I do feel like this could be a good one, though, to use. XD, I think, would.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on, what your developers are working with as well.
Yeah.
There's so many different tools, and there's some plugins actually through XD.
Yeah, because from the way they set this up, I can tell it has good. It seems like it's kind of more intended for somebody that is honestly probably working with the developer than designing on their own more.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
so yeah.
Vanessa has another question about but she's bringing up trying to convince your client to use either one of these like WYSIWYG sites, right? That are like Wix or Squarespace, something that's already, we're working with them, something. You're designing for people who are like, they need to be able to access easy. They don't have a team of web developers and designers, right? So, the discussion right now is, how do you present that to your clients?
Yeah.
Like these different services, right? From WordPress, or Squarespace or Wix, and why that's important for them to be able to access. Do you ever have that conversation with your clients?
I do sometimes. And typically, the way I structure my calls, so I'm really strategic in how I structure my sales calls too. So I don't let it get to that right away. I save all that to literally the end. So first I go into all this business talk about what are your business goals, how much money you bring in a month, what's your goal, like are you attracting the right kinds of clients, and all that kind of stuff to hit the pain points. This is all my salesy stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean.
So I get them thinking about that. So then almost what you build on becomes a little more irrelevant because they're just more trusting you as like a business strategy person. They're like, oh, she knows more than just Wix and Squarespace and all that.
Right, she's more than a designer.
People. Yeah, so then they kind of, I feel like, trust you more, or they trust your advice more. So then when you get to the end and you're advising them on like, hey, I design here because it helps you manage your site easier. It's going to save you a ton of time. WordPress is clunky. They're like, oh, cool. Okay. Sounds good. And they're just kind of on board because you gave them all this advice and strategy stuff before that. So
it makes sense.
It's a little bit easier. It's kind of a roundabout way, but it also helps you sell your prices too when you do it like that. Yeah.
This is really good for advice for freelancers.
Yeah.
Everyone take notes if you're doing any type of contract work and you're working with businesses that would prefer or maybe are a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely selling the value of what you do first and really positioning yourself as like that, almost like a thought leader in design and helping design support their business. Because a lot of people, they get caught up in like, oh, well, my niece can drop and drag a Squarespace site together. But it's like, well, does your niece know business? No.
Yeah.
Probably not. But anyway.
Right.
So you can kind of sell your business side of things a little bit more when you do it that way. And then, like I said, they'll trust you more and they'll be like, oh, cool, if that's what she thinks, then, because I get clients now, they like even ask me for advice. One was, she's going to a conference soon and she's like, what do you think how should I do my business cards and pass them out? And I'm like, she's asking me for advice on that. I'm like, oh, cool. Like,
wow.
I'm happy to help, but
see?
But yeah,
show your work.
Look at you as an advisor, kind of.
Yes.
So here, I'm trying to do the phone piece. I like here in this XD, I just clicked on a phone. I did 6, 7, 8. I don't know. The 6 Plus. I have a 6 Plus, so I just clicked on that. But yeah, so this will be our phone screen. So I did some sketches for the phone piece too. So I'll kind of go through the sketches for the phone the same way as for the desktop. So I'm gonna start at the top up here again. And then our first action here. So this, I was thinking, would be cool to show your recipe on the phone because a lot of times I'm sure they will print your recipes out, but if you want to look at them on screen for some reason, for millennials, since we're targeting millennials, we always have our phones in our hand. Yeah, so maybe like the just being able to pull up your recipe here. So the call to action here would probably be get cooking. And then I was going to have like 2 buttons, one button for voice to pull up the recipe and another button just for browse. Like if you just want to browse like a recipe catalog or something.
Very cool.
So I'm feeling that. And with this, I guess, gray or something. Okay.
Ryan says, coming in hot after nieces.
Oh yeah, I know I am. Oh my gosh.
I'm sure your niece knows a lot.
Yeah, well, maybe so. If you are starting out, oh yeah, because this is one thing I do recommend too. If people who are super green in business and they haven't got their packages firmed up yet, they probably should go with your niece, and just get your business off the ground first. And then once they kind of get their business going and they want a real like expert later, they've at least sold a few things already and they have some more direction, then that's when I feel like our services as designers can really serve them more.
Interesting. Do you think have you ever turned anyone away because they're like not prepared to kind of like be at the level where you're willing to design?
Yes, a lot of people. Because I didn't when I first started, so it took me a little time to get to this point. After I went full time in September, I was taking everybody, but then I noticed like the differences between people who were so green, like you can have a design process as a designer, but people who are too new, they'll drag your process out for extra weeks and months, and because they don't have a lot of clarity already,
Interesting.
They're not as serious. And I'm like, I can't be more serious about your business than you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just a designer. I'm not a. So anyway, so after noticing stuff like that, I can just tell now who will be a good fit to work with, because you want to be selective with who you take on as a designer. You don't want clients that make your work more difficult. So if you can, you figure it out. I feel like you have to start designing and get a few bad ones first, and then you'll see the red flags.
Oh my gosh, I'm having like flashbacks to like freelance days.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm being triggered right now.
Yeah, it can be kind of
It's hard. You are your own business. You are, and I feel like, oh my gosh, you have some great great advice. You're really coming in from the other direction here.
Oh, good. Yay.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the business advice because I might, once I get my business together more, maybe do a business side course for designers or something, or like an online mentorship or something like that one day. But I'm still learning though. I don't want to do it too soon.
We're all learning. We're all learning.
They're gonna be like, what does she know? She just started. So, so I'm trying to get a little more skin in the game before I put that together. But
Oh my goodness.
it'll be fun once I get there.
Ryan just quit his job and started that freelancing life.
Congratulations.
Hey, I have a feeling we have a bunch of freelancers kind of tuning in. Let us know if you're a freelancer.
Yeah, I know. Let
Yeah.
us know. We know
Only good
the
things.
and any tips
job,
you
Ryan.
want for
Ryan,
navigating
congrats.
this.
That's big. That's big.
It's fun. You learn a lot. I do feel like I learned way more once I finally did it than just dabbling on the side, I guess, because you can put more time into it and take on more projects and learn like fast versus like doing 1 or 2 projects at night over the course of 6 months
just
or
like
something.
Instead of a side hustle, like you're just committed. You learn so much faster, I'm sure.
Yes, because I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know that, but I know now. And then you change in your contracts and
Wow,
like
it's like
changing.
there's so much growth, so much
Yeah.
personal growth, so much business growth, so much learning about design.
Yes,
Wow.
a ton of stuff. So I'll just duplicate this section and change the color really quick.
So right now we're in the phone, I believe. We are in the phone. We are wireframing for the phone screen, people.
And then I guess this section will be tip of the day section, like for nutrition tips. Like, I don't
love
know,
that,
maybe
yeah.
like drink more water. I don't know, just whatever. Something like that.
The overall tip of the day for every day. Just drink more water.
I need that tip
Things will
to
be
pop
better
up on
for you
my
if you just
phone.
drink more water.
Yeah, I really do need that on my phone, right? Because I don't do good with water. But and then,
We have a question from Voodoo Val. What do you do when a client doesn't like your design? Oof. And when and wants you to design something instead that clashes badly.
Yeah. So I will explain typically like how people perceive their business through design, and then I also explain like how you want something that's going to look good on all surfaces, because I feel like sometimes they look at it on their screen and I'm like, will this look good shrunken down on a business card, or will it look good on a bag or on a mug, or just like
I see.
or that's kind of I guess more for logo stuff. But I don't know, I just kind of talk about the application of the design, and then this isn't necessarily going to serve your business in the best way. I kind of spin it around to that benefits again, and then I'm like, if you want your business
Always
to
the
be
bottom
pristine.
line.
Yeah.
It always comes back to the bottom line.
Yeah, I'm always doing that because I'm like, because I
Yeah.
had somebody,
Do you have you had clients who are like, actually, can we design it like this? And like give you a design, you're like, no, that's not gonna
yeah, I
work.
have, and then I kind of try to explain like the way it looks. Like I've had some, more so the people I've had, they give me fonts or something that aren't really legible, that didn't look right. And then she had one where the placement was kind of off. So I was like, the placement would be more balanced on this line. And then even legibility, sometimes like they ask for things that aren't that legible. Because like one girl had something where it was all blue, but it was 2 different words, but the words were merged together. So I feel like if somebody would have been looking at that really quick, they wouldn't have understood that it was 2 words.
So you like you teach them a little design as you say, actually, that's not gonna work, and here's why.
Yeah, like it'll be easier for people to read if we do XYZ kind of thing, and then they're kind of like, oh, cool, okay, well that makes sense. Because people, I feel like they look at it as personal preference a lot. Because that's what I try to explain. That's why strategy helps, honestly, too.
Yeah, explain that a little bit more about people coming at it as more personal preference design.
Because we come up, when I do my strategy sessions, I come up with like fake client avatars and we name them and everything, like, I don't know, a random name, Susan or like Jeff or something like that. And that's who we're designing for. So as we're making stuff, we're like, okay, would Susan like this? Or
So you just call back
Yeah.
to this, like, this person.
yeah, or kind of even me in my mind sometimes as I'm making decisions for them. And then that kind of, I feel like, helps
love
them
that.
too, to be like, okay, this isn't for me. I'm not designing my bedroom. I'm designing
Right.
like you're designing it for a business, not a personal. Because people get too caught up sometimes in
Yeah, they're like, I
business.
like that color. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
but
that's
it's like-
great, but does Susan like that
Yeah,
color? Yeah, stuff like that.
Your client, or
Yeah.
your ideal client at least.
Interesting. That's a great way to think about how to explain to your client just design.
Yes, because it's like it's more than just
User personas. Yep, essentially. It's
yeah,
essentially a
user personas.
persona.
Yeah, that's what we make them that, and then I put that in their brief, like in the project brief, once we started the design process. That's like our project guidelines. So even as I'm mood boarding and making the website, I'm always pulling the brief back up with the personas in there to make sure it's on track. Because I'm like, what did we come up with?
Right.
Especially with juggling different clients too, trying to make sure I'm like designing the right thing for the right client.
Yeah, right people.
Yeah.
Ryan says, make the logo bigger. Classic.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to.
They don't have to make the logo bigger. Like it's a whole thing. It's a website. It's a website as well. Brand's not just the logo.
It's definitely not. It's the overall perception of your business and everything. Oops.
Yeah.
So this part down here, it's another share again, because I was thinking for mobile apps. So if you're on your phone, it's easy to text your friend like, oh, let me text so-and-so a link to the meal kit company. I don't know. Like she might be hungry. So anyway. So I'm like, you can do another share call to action too to encourage the referral thing again.
Got it.
And remind them that they can get $20 or whatever for the referral person they get over. And then the last thing under here would be start on your next order. I don't know if they have them in real life for this, but I was thinking it would be cool to remind people that they can order again too, and to show like, check out this week's menu, to kind of influence more repeat orders.
Interesting. So the CTAs or the calls to actions aren't super different going from web to mobile. They're essentially saying the same thing, but with a little bit of a tweak. Like what's people access on their phone versus what people have access to on their laptop when maybe they're at work versus like, right?
Yeah, and making it, I guess, a little more compact, and like something like this in real life, like the developers, I would be thinking, you know how when you click a button like this, it'll have text option or like email option. So probably something like that.
I see.
Then even starting on the next order, what did I I don't know. I'm not sure how that would flow for real. I feel like, because I don't do a ton, I really do more so web design, but starting on the next order, maybe they could order through the app, or maybe it'll just pull the web page too. That could be, could be two options. I don't know.
Before there's an actual like app for this service, you know, it's just a landing page, you know, on phone, on mobile. So how's that gonna look?
Exactly.
How is it gonna look? Maria asks, as a freelance, or you know, do you use any project management apps to keep track?
I do, yeah. I use Asana. I love it because, oh my God, yes. Because I was, earlier this year, I had like 6 or 7 clients at the same time. And it was just too much. So I was like, there's no way I could have did it without Asana. That's the only way. Because then I have everybody's step tracked out. And then I've even got now as granular to, now that I know how long it takes now, I break it down into weeks. And Asana has where you can give headings and then stuff under each heading. And so, yeah, I love Asana. You can put due dates on their payments. So
Bottom line.
Reminders. Oh, yeah. I know. I'm always like that. So the clients will be like, when is my next payment due? I'm like, oh, there you go. It's right there. So, and then they know what step you're on. So I don't get a lot of those emails. I hear some designers say, like, getting those emails of clients, like, wondering what's next. And I don't never really get that because they can see it all.
Right. Transparency.
Yeah.
This is where we're at. Truly. You don't have to guess. You don't have to email me when my website's ready.
Yeah, or like, what are we doing next week? It's like, we already got it laid out. And it's free. Asana is also free, so yeah.
Project
Anything you
management
can
tool,
do
you
that's
heard
free.
it.
Yeah.
You heard it from one of the pros.
Yeah. Oh, she likes their landing page. Yeah.
So
I think I hear Trello is good too.
Trello, yes, Trello's cool. I've used Asana.
Yeah, I never tried Trello.
There's a bunch. There's so many now.
Oops.
So as Keshia's wireframing, continuing to wireframe, if you guys have any desire to wireframe along with her, you know, there are so many UI kits, and we kind of did a little sneak peek in one that Keshia actually made herself. And she's gonna help you along. Maybe it'll help you on your process or developing your ideas or getting things moving, getting your juices flowing creatively.
Yeah.
And Adobe has some, Behance, there's so many. There's so many for XD.
Some really good creative ones out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, those are definitely good for getting your
getting things
colors
moving.
and stuff already going.
Getting moving and feeling inspired. If you want to just share my screen real quick, there is the responsive resize kit through, you know, it's up here. It's up here to be seen. You actually can find it through Let's XD. Shout out. It's a great tool to use. But just like what Keshia's doing right now, going through the different screens and how people are going to perceive it, there's actually some kits to help you do that. To get started, to start practicing. Keshia's a pro. She doesn't need this kit. she makes kits. See?
Yeah, that was my first one that I made. I honestly did learn a lot as I was making that one. Because I design stuff like that all the time, but thinking of it from that approach, like breaking all the elements down like that, I never did that. Like, I'm usually just making stuff, and I'm just... Yeah, so that was cool. It's kind of like you almost make the final result, and then you go backwards and be like, okay, what are all the elements that I put in here?
Yeah. So these UI kits are real great. And you're right up here in resources, plug in UI kits. Just a mini version of sketch. It's just sketching. It's digital sketching. All right, cool.
So we pretty much have our main page done for the app. I'll just rename that. And then the next page would be like a recipes page. So this is how I wanted to put one on here to be like one that we can pull up with the voice command, hopefully. Because I like that feature. I tried to put the voice command in my UI kit because I didn't realize. I feel like that's more of a mobile app feature, but I didn't really fully realize that when I made the UI kit, but I still put it in there anyway for the shop page in the UI kit. So if you click on like the hat in my UI kit and say add to cart, it'll pull up the add it to the cart page. Even though it's technically a website, but anyway, but this will be the real use for it, I feel like. So yeah, so we'll hopefully get to test that feature in here. So yeah, I guess this will be, I didn't really have to duplicate this. Yeah, I'll just delete all these because this page.
Very neat.
Maybe I was thinking just big pictures here, because with something on a phone, since it'll be small, just like a big nice clear photo of what the recipe is, and then the name of the recipe down underneath.
Any advice to designers just starting out with learning how to just arrange your website or your app or your mobile site?
So learning how to arrange, definitely thinking about that goals piece is to me the first thing, and then what do you really want to communicate, I guess, on the site. Make sure communication is clear and makes sense, like the user flow, thinking of it from the user's perspective. Because sometimes people, I feel like they think of it from their perspective, like you understand it, but would somebody who's never heard of this company ever in life, would they understand it? And then just, I like to really have everything really even, I guess. I know with a lot of the artsy creative stuff now, people can overlap sections. Sometimes I overlap sections, but not a ton. But just making sure everything is clear and easy to read on desktop and mobile too, because you don't want to lose people on mobile or have too much clutter. So just communicate just enough without being over cluttered, I would say.
Just enough.
Yeah, just to get the point across.
Write that down.
Yeah, because if you have all this stuff on the site, people will click off. They'll be on on the next website in a bit. So that'll be it for the recipes page. Oh yeah, and then I wanted to put like a back arrow or something up here.
Justin just dropped a bunch of words in the chat. Entice, enter, engage, exit, extend.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to, I like that. Yeah, just enough to get them
Is
enticed.
that like the ABCs of like designing?
Yeah, yes, it could. Yeah, definitely. Because you just want to get their hook up their attention a bit. Oh yeah, because speaking of that too, so this is another businessy thing, but I usually, in my strategy sessions, I go through with clients about what's their unique selling proposition. So like in marketing, that's just like, why should they buy XYZ from you? Because sometimes clients have thought about that and they've come up with it already, but sometimes they haven't. And I used to not do that, and I feel like the copy on the website was, to me, more ineffective because we didn't think about that.
I see.
So I added it now, and I'm like, okay, now we have a strong benefit statement to really hit that entice piece that he's talking about, to get them to enter and keep scrolling and then engage and all that. So yeah, so coming up with that selling proposition is really good.
That's really interesting. I feel like these are pieces that a lot of designers miss, you know, right off the bat. We're so used to creating something beautiful, but it's these, we're good with the engage. You know, we're good with that really good middle E, but it's these entice and enter. How are they gonna get in? And then how are they gonna leave? And then how are you gonna keep coming back? Yeah. And so these are great. This is a great strategy.
Oh, good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad. Because I'm never really get to talk about it to anybody in the design world, mostly. So it's cool to share.
So important. So important. I wish I had this knowledge when I was freelance years and years ago.
Yeah. Oh, and then I learned a lot. I'm sure a lot of design people here probably know about it, but from this YouTube channel called The Future. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't.
They're really good. They're based out here in California. They're like a brand strategy agency.
Has anyone else heard of them?
I'm sure they have. I learned a lot about strategy. I took they have a strategy course called CORE, C-O-R-E. That kind of gives you a framework that you can go through with your clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that core course is really good if you want to learn how to go through brand strategy with your clients. I kind of made it a little bit my own after I took the course, but it was a good framework for me to start with if you want to learn the strategy stuff too. But they're good.
It's called the Future Academy.
Yeah.
Future, no E.
Oh, she has.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
Chris. Yeah, I love them. Yeah. I learned a lot. After I got through client frustration, I was like, I need help. So somehow I found their YouTube channel when I was searching for extra design help, and I was like, oh, this is what I need.
Here you go, guys. Wow, so many people know about them. Great.
Yeah, they're big on YouTube. I'm like, they got like, on one of their channels, they have like 500, because they got another YouTube channel too. We're almost 500,000 subscribers on design. I'm like, I never seen any designers get followers like that on YouTube.
It's a hot topic. Yeah. Hot topic right now. It's the thing we were talking about, like entry. How do you get into this space? Everyone's story is a little bit different. You know, you're coming from sales and more corporate.
Yeah.
You know, marketing generally, and so it's like you made that transition over. A lot of people come in from a different creative field. We all meet in the middle, and it's just how do you make things easier, right? How do you make things better for people?
Exactly. And then making
really, it's a business. It's someone's business, right? It's someone's livelihood.
It is
that you're helping along. You
are,
know?
yeah.
It's more than just making things look nice, which we will. We will make things look very nice and very usable.
Yes, exactly. And then they can use it for years, because that's what I have to remind myself too when I kind of doubt the value of what we do as design. I'm like, wait, they're probably going to be using this for years to make their business look great, and like you said, to support their livelihood. It's not like I know I'm only working with them for a few months, but after we're done, like they're going to continue using what I made for them.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you're doing more than you think.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know. Everybody needs a website at this point. Everything's online. So, you know, from it's a huge Fortune 500 to a diner down the street, you know, like someone maybe like just a mom and pop run shop, you know, like how do we make it all an even playing field? Gotta get online. Not everyone has enormous budgets. And so that's why freelancing and working with clients like that it's so important.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I even use that, too, to kind of sometimes sell clients on the strategy. And I do brand identity, too, to come up with their brand identity as well. But I talk about how, like, big Fortune 500s, how they have a set brand identity when you find them. And I'm trying to tell small business owners, I'm like, you need this, too, so you can. So I feel like that kind of helps them look at you, too, as more of a expert when you can kind of refer back to how a big corporation is doing the same thing that I'm going to do with you kind of thing. So, yeah.
All this over wireframes, people. Tomorrow's going to be amazing.
Oh. I know, I'm like, I love all this business stuff.
I mean, it's all a part of the wireframing process, really.
Yeah, I guess
it's that extra extension of planning and sketching. You know, wireframes are important because of this. You can really dive in. And do you ever show your clients wireframes, or do you show them final only? Or, like, how do you kind of present your work to them?
So I do show them the wireframe. So I used to just, with my old design process, just email a link and try to label the sections. But I noticed they didn't really understand it as much. And I got to the point now, after even a lot of this stuff with the future and just learning about elevating my process, where I like to get on Zoom really quick and explain it to them. So now I do that. So I'll like pull up my wireframes in Zoom right quick and be like, okay, this is your homepage. I know your biggest goal is to sign up for the coaching program, so we have that here.
Got it.
So doing it like that helps a lot, because then they are on their own just looking at these gray boxes. They're like, I just see gray boxes.
Right. Gray boxes freak people out.
Yeah, because they're like, where's the website? So, I thought you were making a website.
Yeah, like, why am I paying you to make gray boxes?
Yeah.
You're like, actually, this is what I mean by that.
Yeah. Oops. Because even with your if you do logo design or designing, showing your mock-up, I do all of that through Zoom too, because that way I can explain the logic behind the logos, because that helps you honestly get less objection to your designs. Because if they understand, because a lot of times people object because they don't understand why you made certain decisions in the design. So if you get on a call for the first look, I kind of make it special. I'm like, I'm done. Schedule your call for your first look, and then they're like, okay. And I think they get on the call all excited.
Oh, that's so fun.
And then I do the first look with them so they understand. And then through the future, I learned too to put the stuff on mock-ups and stuff a little bit and show them in action, so then they can see more of a story and understand the logos. And then I find less revisions through that, because I'm like, people, a lot of times they ask for revisions because they just don't really understand what you made and why.
They're like, I don't think those gray boxes are on brand.
Yeah.
You're like, no, that's not what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyone in the chat have similar stories or problems with presenting to clients? We have essentially a guru with us right now.
I'm learning as I go to it a lot.
Guru, I mean, you made your transition in Bali.
Well,
so
yeah, I guess.
Out of a yoga retreat.
When I came back, yeah. I was so dramatic. I was like, I'm done. I'm gotta get out of here. When I came back, because I wanted to quit anyway. Before I left, I was like trimming expenses in my account. I'm like, okay, what subscriptions am I not? All before I went there.
The steps you take right before you go freelance is like, can I do this? Can I take that step?
So finally took the jump.
Wow.
So that's pretty much it. So I was keeping it to 3 screens for mobile here. So I'm gonna recap really quick. So for this main screen would be the Get Cooking screen. So voice, this voice one would be if you want to ask for like a specific recipe. Like I'm gonna do, it's a picture of this pesto pasta I found on a stock image site. So that's gonna be our voice command recipe.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna do to test voice. And then browse would be just to see this recipes page. And then tip of the day would be like, I don't know, like a tip. You know how you get tips that pop up on your phone from random apps? So that's more. And then they could also see it when they open the home page of the app. And then share the food to encourage referrals again and start on the next order. See the menu. So I guess if this was a full project, the developers could build a menu in the app, or this link could take them to the website option. But since for this purpose, I just did recipe page and recipe detail. So once I do the voice command for the bow tie pasta, it'll go here. So this will be that pasta recipe. And then it'll also be, I think I'll put that in the middle here too. So if we can do a prototype, I guess.
Excellent.
So so that's our app. And then I guess since I have time, what time? Do I have time to do the tablet part or no?
Yeah, I think you could, I think that came together real fast.
Yeah, I'm like going faster than I thought.
We still have 20 minutes until design feedback, so
cool, okay.
Yeah. So everybody get those designs in. Let's see, what is it today? For creative challenge, you guys. What is it today? It is the digital diet, really on par with the food app we're talking about. So we're actually gonna be, so your design challenge is to create a digital diet app that limits device usage. So important. So important. Digital diet, actual diet. The point is consumption. We're talking about consumption here. And then you have to list frequently used apps by icon and time used. What are some of your frequently used, most frequently
used apps? Let me see. What do I use a lot? I do Instagram a lot, I guess, because I like to show behind the scenes, even though I feel like I don't get a ton of clientele from there, because I used to do it more for clientele, but anyway. But now I just kind of more so do it for behind the scenes of entrepreneurship, to show like, it was a long day, or like, my marketing has been rough lately, just to show the real stuff, because you know how people put it on such a pedestal, like, oh wow, you're doing it. So anyway,
like, no, I'm actually, like, today was a hard day.
Oh yeah, because you want to show all sides of it. I'm like, I'm not just in cute coffee shops every day looking.
So Instagram is top.
And what else?
Instagram that's tops for a lot of people, I'm sure. What are some of your guys' in the chats most frequently used apps? Let us know. I'm sure you're already thinking about it if you're doing this creative challenge, because they're asking for that.
And then, oh yeah, Headspace is good if you want to
Headspace.
like calm down.
Oh.
Because I like that for like your
Why do I
guided
feel like I need to
meditations.
refer a good yoga studio for you while you're here?
I know, I haven't, man, I'm horrible though. Since I went into business though, I don't even go anymore. I think I've been like once or twice. It's just because of all my free time, but anyway. But I wish I need to go to yoga. But it's good.
Headspace is close. Getting sense. So Headspace, Instagram.
Like those are my main two. Yeah, more so Headspace and Instagram. YouTube, I'm always like, does that count?
Oh, I think that counts.
Because I love a lot of like the mixes and YouTube mixes and stuff with music and interviews on there. So to make this easy too in XD for this, what I like about XD too with prototyping, because a tablet essentially is like, you pull up your apps on a tablet too. So it'll be the same flow, just a little different size on the screen. So that's why I kind of just duplicated it basically instead of it's building it all from scratch. And then as a designer, this could be a time saver too if you're prototyping something instead of building every screen from scratch like that. So,
Absolutely.
Oops.
Some big conversation going on in the chat around interactive prototypes as a UX designer, or do you only do wireframes? Do you make your prototypes interactive?
I don't, because with the kind of clients I'm working with, I just show it to them through the screen share. But I do feel like maybe if I was working with like a developer or like more in a team environment, I probably maybe would make them interactive. I feel like it would be really valuable there. But yeah, but I only do wireframe for right now.
You talk through your actual what you're showing them, so it's a little bit easier.
And then I'm the one that's designing it too. I guess after I finish, I'm not handing it off to like a
all in one.
I know,
That's doing it all.
That's why I don't go to yoga.
Doing it all. There you go. That's why. Now we know why.
Like doing the most. But
oh man.
yeah.
Someone said one of their most used apps is the Behance app. The Behance app. Good for you guys.
That's nice. Yeah,
That's
I need
great.
to start doing that.
Just like staying inspired, just checking
Yeah.
out things.
That's a good idea.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Yep, that seems about right. Oh my goodness, look who it is. We got a hello, Sam Anderson.
You say, hey, Alexis. Got a shout out.
Shout out. What are we talking about today? We're talking about most used app. That's the creative challenge, at least. Oh, look at that. For UX and UI learning, Behance and YouTube. YouTube.
Yeah, I love YouTube. I'm like,
Or, Behance and Adobe Live. It's a great way to learn. But right now, today we got a huge, like, strategy lesson, which is enormous for freelancers, which a lot of people go freelance. Sometimes you just want to be your own boss.
Yeah, it's definitely the flexibility. Even with there's a ton of learning, I feel like, and trial and error as you go, but I love my flexibility now, though. Yeah. Being able to choose your clients once you know who to even choose. Because in the beginning, like I said, I feel like none of us know. We just want to design things.
But
then
remembering
after
you're
that,
a business as well, and there is a bottom line, and being able to go through your flows, and I think you really got it down. You guys, I would rewatch this and take some notes again, because we had some really good lessons to be learned for freelancers, and how to deal with clients, and how to explain things to clients, and it's more than just wireframes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely don't think of yourself. They say, I feel like on the future, like as an order taker, because you're definitely more than an order taker. Don't just.
You're more than an order taker. Know your worth as a designer. You have the knowledge. You have the skills.
Yeah. It's just explaining your logic behind it. Because I feel like all of us are doing this stuff anyway, but we just don't necessarily explain it all the time. Because even before I started explaining it, I knew I was doing it, but I just never took the time to even explain it to myself or the client. Because in design school, they just show you how to use your tools, but you have to
just
learn the
being
business
able
part
to say
later.
it, just being able to explain while you go is so powerful as a designer. All right, 15 minutes left, you guys. I hope those challenges are coming through. It's gonna be great. Most used. let's see. For me, I think it's Instagram as well.
Use most Instagram,
Instagram. I'm right up on the same level as you, and with a lot of people in the chat. I'm still learning. I watch a bunch of tutorials on YouTube, and definitely have watched a couple Adobe Lives to kind of like help my flow.
Yeah,
most use apps for sure.
Yeah, because that's what I do love, the beauty. And if you do start a business these days, there's so much info out there to help you as you go.
What is your Instagram handle?
Oh yeah, it's at Keshia, Keshia, M as in Michelle, and then White, WHITE. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect plug.
My spelling is super random. Okay, so I guess pretty much through the tablet piece too, because it's similar. So now we got 3 screens going on here. So I guess since we have if we have time, I could start kind of popping some of the photos in, because I prepped some of the pictures already.
We have about 15 minutes till design challenge. I think you could maybe pop a couple photos, or maybe give us some of, where you go to find some of these photos.
That piece, yeah. So where I go, I found a lot of these I pulled it up through Unsplash this time. So it's a good free source. I like Adobe Stock too, for stock pictures, and then Unsplash is good for free photos. So I did a lot of food ones, so I guess I can show behind the scenes of what I did. So I have all my images here in this file right there, and I kind of came up, since I knew I was designing live, sometimes I kind of switch images in and out as I design, typically when I'm designing by myself. So for my sketches over here, I kind of put what pictures I want to put where on my sketches, so I would already know. But so that could also help you design faster if you want to. But yeah.
You think you find the best photos? You kind of do those Unsplash your main photo grabber, or?
I feel like more so. Yeah, I feel like more so there, especially if I'm in the early stages with clients, just to pop in their project briefs and stuff.
A lot of these clients probably don't have photos ready or don't know what they want their photos to look, or even know what their brand or anything is.
Yeah, so you can kind of help them out that way. And then Adobe Stock, more so when we get to the actual final website. I know what I'm putting in there. We have the look together, and we know what look we're going for if they need them.
So some of these could be like placeholder images.
So these are more so placeholder images, I think, with Unsplash. Or if I'm using up too many of my stock credits on one client, I'm like, they're not gonna get all my credits. Let me fill some of these in with some free pictures. Perfect. So yeah, because I don't charge them for stock. If I
that's really nice.
Yeah, so I include it in there so they don't have to pay me extra for the stock pictures. But yeah.
Tips.
Yeah.
Those are the freebies. Oh man, this food imagery is getting me a little hungry.
I pulled this up. Oh, because I made some branding stuff beforehand, so we'll see more of this in action tomorrow. But usually after strategy, once I finish that, this is like a mood board basically. So I make a mood board first to kind of show the visual direction of it. So with this one, I guess the thinking behind this was like, I want it bright and airy. I'm really big on bright and airy and welcoming feel, especially when you're targeting people young for the millennial space, and making food feel fun, I guess. And then the whole freshness aspect, I feel like, was communicated through the pictures with fresh ingredients and the grocery store bag kind of thing. And then the color palette I went with, I'll just stop there, but I chose a blue. This is kind of almost in the blue-green family, even though it doesn't look as blue on there. But it's supposed to be a blue, almost like a turquoise kind of blue. Because blue, I always look up the color meanings because I'm extra, so I know blue.
Love it. No, that's amazing.
I know, so I'm like, okay, this is like a trustworthy kind of vibe. And then yellow is cheerful. I love a cheerful yellow because we want people to feel excited about cooking. And then the green, I know green is a big fresh color. You see green in spas, yoga, grocery stores, like Whole Foods, they have green everywhere. So I was like, green will be perfect. And then of course our 2 neutrals, this is a color there. This your neutral background color, and then black for text.
And then 2 neutrals.
And then last couple things. These are just our fonts that we'll be using for the stuff. So I wanted to do a handwritten font for more accents. I do forget
what is that one. Yeah, that one's a great one.
I don't know where I got it. I think I may have got this from the font, DAFONT.
Oh, the font, yeah.
Yeah, because I have to be careful about the ones I use there. I don't love all of their fonts, but if you scroll through enough, sometimes you can find the good ones in there. So this one was pretty solid in there.
Awesome.
For just small accents.
Nice.
And then
chat is just laying it in with
Unsplash,
all of
yeah.
the different ways to find photos.
Oh, yes.
Howard says Upsplash, and if Howard says it, you know, it must be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Adobe
it is
Stock.
a good one. Oh, yeah, Pexels, too, is
Pexels
good.
is great. It's great.
Yes.
Yeah, and we had like kind of like a little discussion around like what you use maybe a placeholder that's a free photo, and then when you know it starts to get towards the end of the process with clients, you know, then you can really start talking about ones that you like pay for.
If we need to, yeah. Yeah,
That's great. That's a great tip.
Yeah, yeah. And and then like we were saying before we started, Adobe Stock is good for diverse pictures as well. Like
yes,
because sometimes it's hard on those free sites to find the diverse ones. It's a little tougher. So if you need diverse photos of like corporate women or like women riding bikes or just any activity,
just women doing anything.
Yeah,
people doing anything.
I know,
it's important to have it diverse, right?
So I feel like Adobe Stock does a good job with that piece of it if you need that without having to spend too much time searching. Because I feel like for me, I waste so much time sometimes looking for the perfect picture.
Yes,
and like,
absolutely.
Move on with my life.
Guilty as well. Well, good to know, Adobe Stock. Good job.
Yeah,
keep it up.
They did.
That's the tip.
Yeah.
The hot tip from Keshia about stock images. Adobe Stock does a pretty good job with diverse imagery.
They do, yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. And
do you ever use illustrations? I feel like you do like a lot of photo heavy.
I don't so much with my clients because I did want to do it for this particular one since it was kind of like a fun meal kit. I found this little free illustration, so I have some little individual pieces I was going to drag in there tomorrow for maybe stuff like this, like maybe to decorate next to the font. So this will be more coming in tomorrow, but
yeah, this is a sneak peek, you guys.
Yeah.
This is tomorrow. Tomorrow is beautifying it.
Yeah,
right?
So this will be some of the elements that we're going to bring in to beautify it.
Do you want to talk through kind of everything we did today and kind of just give a brief overview?
Yeah.
For anyone who's just kind of came in right now or maybe 10 minutes ago.
Yep. Let me make sure I hit save. Okay. You don't want to lose your work. Okay. So today,
best tip I think I've seen anybody just do is just saving your work.
Yeah, I've lost
so
stuff
important.
before, and you have to build it all again, and I'm like, oh my god. So
here's a quick tip: if anyone's working on something right now, save it.
Yeah, save.
Thank
frequently.
me later and save it. Okay.
So perfect. So good. So this is our home. So I guess what we did overall, we did a home page with 3 screens for a homepage website, and then we did a mobile app with 3 screens as well, and then also a tablet with 3 screens. And then for home, I pretty much thought about the goals for the business for each section. So this first section up here, the goal, we know ordering is important, of course, for the company. They want to get new buyers. So we have order now. That'll be our top goal here as soon as they come on this page. And then this is our nav bar up here. This will also go to the menus. Why us? This is a page I didn't build, but it was just fictional. Like if it was a real company, I probably would build out a full Why us page and then log in. This wasn't built either, but if they were a real company, for a returning customer to be able to log in would be in the nav bar. And then, so this section is kind of selling the service a bit. So if it's a new service, let's say the person's never heard of this meal kit company before, they want to know why should they buy from this meal kit company. So we're targeting millennials who want like fresh, healthy food that they can cook fast. I put in under 30 minutes for this scenario. So we're going to talk about the fresh piece there with the image and the fact that it's healthy here and the fact that it's fast to kind of show them the benefits. Because showing the benefits of what you're selling on a website is super important than just listing features, like listing asparagus or potatoes. Like we want to know what's the benefit of this. So we're selling benefits there. And then how it works. This is also a kind of selling point as well. So a customer, a lot of times before they make a purchase, they may want to understand how does this exactly work before they get into it. So it's just super quick explaining. They select their meals from the menu, they get their delivery. And then this is almost more so upcoming an objection because people with subscription services, they don't always want to get charged every month. So just informing them from the jump that you can skip a month if you want to, and you don't have to get charged for that. So that's the 3 there. And then again, call to action, order now, because you want to have multiple calls to action with stuff like this. Sometimes after we presented this information, we're going to try to get them to buy again. And then stay in the loop. So this is more of a lead capture thing to collect emails. So always offering an incentive for like a e-commerce business like this, like a coupon or something, like $20 off is a great incentive. For service-based businesses, I feel like people usually do PDFs, like a free workbook or training case. Like I have a free training case study on my site with like a quick video. But yeah, before e-commerce, more thing like this, a discount is perfect for your call to action to collect leads, for your incentive to collect leads. And then last thing, contact and FAQs. So if this were real, we would have a contact page and a FAQs page, because FAQs page is great to cut down on frequently asked questions, because sometimes business owners find themselves bombarded with the same questions. So if you can put them on a FAQs page, and you can cut down on some of your manual responses to stuff. So yep, so that is our main home page.
Awesome.
And then once we click on, let's say they click on order now, this would be the screen that they would see. So same nav bar, and then this would show the meals that they can choose from the week, for the week, with little like check boxes they could check to say, I want this one, that one. And then if they want to skip, if they look at the menu and be like, oh, I'm not feeling any of these meals, let's skip it. Or if they want to select their 3 meals and hit select meals, then that would take them to this checkout screen. So I basically, if this was a real site too, again, they would have a payment processor way, but I kind of skipped that. So, so yeah, so we're just going to show orders on the way. They already paid. And it would show a recap of a little image with each item they ordered, and then the name of each item. So they're like, okay, this is what I ordered, this is what I paid. And then I was thinking, to get some excitement, they would have an excited person about in a kitchen with this picture here. And then down here, share the food. So like refer a friend. So that prompt, like I'm sure after you get a food order, you're like, oh, this is great, I got tacos coming, and let me tell my friends. So so you can get the refer now button here. You can click to refer someone right after you place your order, and then tell them to refer. So that's our website. And then our mobile. So the mobile, we have over here these tiny ones. This is your iPhone screen or cell phone screen, and this would be tablet screen. So for this tablet, I'll just do that one because it's bigger. But they both have the same, same layout. So for tablet home, let me zoom in a bit there. So get cooking, this would be like some kind of nice clean image. I probably, for time's sake, would use the same one, maybe from the home page. So they'll have, this isn't even, a couple of options to either by voice command. They can hit voice, and it'll kind of function like a Siri or something, and be like, pull up the pesto pasta, and then and it'll pull up the recipe. Or they can just browse and just casually scroll through and browse through the recipes. And then tip of the day. So this would be visible when they open the app. And even if a developer were really developing this, I was thinking it could be like a reminder that pops up on your phone for whatever the tip of the day is. So that would be the tip of the day section with some type of health related picture there. And then another call to action, encouraging referrals again, because it's typically as you're on your phone, maybe you're texting, maybe you're calling, maybe you're on social media. So you might be thinking about your friends or family as you're on your cell phone. So a refer option in the app could be cool. So you can either text them a link or email them a link. And then lastly, to encourage repeat orders, because something like this thrives on customers coming back and ordering again. Especially when they're giving out discounts in the beginning, they want to get the money back. Oh yeah. You want to recoup that investment in the discount. So starting on your next order is a call to action finally, so they can see the next menu coming up. And then this page here, this is your recipes page. So if they were to click browse, this would be where they go. So this would just be a nice image of some type of delicious food and the name of the food. With just a few. I just stopped at 3 for the example purpose, but if it was a real catalog, it would kind of go on, I guess, a bit longer. And then the last page for the app would be a recipe details page. So this would be the picture of the details of the recipe that we're going to show ingredients on, and then the name of the recipe, ingredients, and instructions. So they can easily like look at your phone and see what the ingredients are as you cook. And then I put leave a review in there too, in case they want to review it, because reviews are good for businesses like this as well. So if they have an easy way to collect reviews, because sometimes it's hard to get people to do reviews. Even with what I do, I'm like, send me a testimonial, and they just skip it. So so leaving that in here, they could maybe collect reviews, and those reviews are emailed to the marketing folks or something, so they can leave a review if they want to and add stars and maybe a pop-up to type a review, but at least the star. You know how when
leaving
you're
just leaving
iPhone
anywhere, any place to put feedback.
Yeah,
to give
exactly.
Feedback, right?
Yeah, right after you cook and you're still kind of excited about it because you just ate, so it's still fresh on your mind.
Maybe even like a hashtag to attach to that Instagram pic of the food that you just made or received or eating.
Yes.
Speaking of design feedback, countdown has just ended. Are you guys getting your challenges in? I hope so. Let's check it out. Well, so I think people are still working on the current challenge. So we're gonna check out Friday's challenge. So let's just read about it real quick.
Yeah.
So Friday's challenge was a luxury car rental. So they had to create a experience for a dream car rental app.
Okay.
Repeat grids, and yeah, so let's see it. Let's check it out. So here is one. Let's see if we can get in even closer. It's a little far. There we go.
That's cool.
Okay.
Oh, this is really nice. It's sleek. Wow. Yeah, app design, you can do a lot with that. Oh my gosh. I love it. I like this a lot.
Well, like
And then
you
it has
can
the
go
review thing in there.
Yeah, you go through the cars. Let's see. Again, we're designing for a Android, which is great.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going through luxury car rentals type app. This is from Friday's challenge. All right, okay, cool. We got a little nav button corner.
This is really nice.
So he likes this car, he's gonna reserve.
Making it easy to use.
Wow.
And then I guess the map is showing where the car is for them to pick it up, I'm thinking.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And the price, yeah. It's like all the information concise. I guess
Honestly, yeah, I think the only thing would be maybe this text right here.
Yeah, is that the
being
car
a little bit larger.
details?
It's a little bit of the car details, yeah.
Okay.
It's the,
Oh, his location for the car, okay. Yeah, this is just a little bit light.
how do you feel about this one?
Yeah, I like it a lot because I feel like it gives all the info. I love the layout a lot. And then I like that the map is built in there. The only thing, what does that do? That little slider looking,
Where?
to the left of in that gray, yeah, right there. What is that?
Yeah, I guess we don't know exactly because that's not really built into this animation.
Oh, it's not yet. Yeah, that's okay.
Maybe it'd be like a price.
Yeah, maybe
price range.
details on the car. 'Cause you know, like features like 4-door, 2-door, I don't know, or that kind of thing. But that's the only thing I see missing. But everything else is perfect.
Very cool.
So yeah, then you can easily hit reserve because that's the biggest thing. I like that he has that reserve button standing out in that blue to make your eyes gravitate to that.
Oh yeah. Reserve. That's the CTA, right? Like that's what their goal is for this. So yeah, I think you did a great job.
Yes, a good job.
I like this. Okay, let's click out of this. Oh, look at that. And even the presentation even itself is
Yeah, that's stylish too. At first I thought that was the app. I was like, oh, that's sleek.
awesome. You did a great job with the presentation on the Creative Challenge. It's not very long. You don't get very long to do these. Let's see if anybody has sent any else in. Anyone else? Anyone else? Bueller? Well, I have another one up, and so this is from one of the design challenges. I think it was Thursday. So it was Thursday's design challenge because I remember it pretty fondly. It was a road trip randomizer app. That's what they were creating.
Oh.
So let's see. So yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Answer some questions and have a good trip. Oh.
Oh, here we go. We're talking about like that initial. Let's look at that again. Here's the question. What's your budget? Important. Money isn't a problem. Love it. Because this will work. How do you feel about these this indicator, these buttons here?
I feel like it adds some visual interest to it, for sure, because they're different, but they're still, to me, still functional. That's what I love, like cool design stuff like that. That's even if it's different, it's functional where people can still use it easily.
Very cool. Let's keep going. Distance to travel. Great. A little loading page as well. Wow.
I like that.
Okay.
They're gonna give us a place to go.
So it looks like
to the art museum.
Yes. Oh, that's great. So it's kind of like if you want to tour a city, this would be great for you.
Yeah,
for right now.
I know it would. It's like I don't know where
This
I'm
would be
going.
great. Look at all these like different like location sets. So it's kind of random. You get to kind of like see what's around, but you still know what's around you. I like that concept.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Some other
yeah.
ideas around that where they were literally just like shuffling through, you know, what's anything around them. So this is great to have like Tartine, Painted Ladies, Asian Art Museum.
Yeah.
Some ideas already set for you with like a little description maybe of the place.
You can easily go there. You don't have to
easily
open
go
up your
there.
Maps app, or maybe it takes you to the Maps
Yeah,
app
maybe
or
it
something.
takes you to map.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love that it kind of shows the line of maybe which way, how you get there. It's very cool.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Somebody should make that if it's real. Is it real?
Make it so we can use it.
Yeah.
Please, thank you.
Because I spend so much time scrolling through Yelp and all the websites, Thrillist and everything.
Yeah, like trying to figure out like
where
you
to
need
go.
to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are great animations. Yeah, let's talk about that loading.
Yeah, nice loading.
Beautiful.
Too. Yeah. This is really good. Yeah. I feel like I can't really think of any necessary critiques for this. This is strong.
Yeah, I mean, you know, these are fast challenges, so I think this was a great idea to come out of that. Let's see if we have a couple more. Also, love that. Oh, and leaving the source file as well. Wow. Above and beyond, really. Let's see, do we have any for today? It's fine. We'll keep going back a little bit. Yeah, the luxury rental car option. Let's see these. I wonder if we can open original. Yeah, cool.
This is nice. You see some
Is it
top
click
picks
through,
and
or is it
brands.
just like a? Okay, it's just a screenshot.
I guess you could swipe if
Yeah,
if
I
it
wonder
was
if
a real ad.
the other file is here, but it's also this person got a lot of feedback, so
Oh,
yeah, very cool.
It could be cool. Give you two ways to browse, either by just popular or by brand. So that's always good to give people options.
Yeah. All right, y'all. If you're let's see. A lot of great challenges, but you know, if you're just kind of tuning in, you don't know what the challenges are. You know, this is where they live. Daily Creative Challenge. Every day you can unlock a different challenge. Howard is usually our guy that kind of gives, or this week has been like our guy, and last week as well. He streams right before us, and he gives you kind of a little demo around what you could make and how to use XD with it. So it was really great. It's been a really great week so far. Even though today's Monday, this has been going on since Tuesday. Yeah, so digital diet. So maybe tomorrow we'll get to see some really cool ones about digital diet, right? What are your most used apps, right? Yeah, that's great.
That'll be nice. Yeah, to check
It'll be
those
great to
out
see.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Maybe we'll see them tomorrow. Maybe you guys are working on them right now. You know, we just yeah, it's very cool. You know, I love these, and you know they all live week to week right down below. So if you're looking for a design challenge to do for yourself, maybe some practice. Those are so important. It's so great. You know, maybe you're freelance and maybe you have some extra time on your hands and you want just like a prompt. Like how important is just like a design prompt, a good design prompt? And these XD design prompts are super great and fun and interesting. And so give yourself a challenge. Maybe do one of these weeks. Maybe do the week we're on right now and get some feedback. Tomorrow Keshia's going to be with us. So let's see. We'll give you guys a couple more chances, a bunch of chances.
I know, like you said, it's been a short time.
All right. Well, you know, it's all good.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Let's talk a little bit more about kind of what we're going to be doing tomorrow and how that's different from like just wireframing and set up the ideas. You know, why is the visual identity so important?
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll be doing the stuff that captures the customer's attention, I guess, first. So now that we know what the main actions are and what we want people to do once they open up the site or open up the tablet or the phone, we can put the right images in there to really capture the attention. So this would be nice, clean pictures of food, maybe people in their kitchen cooking, to kind of, I like those action kind of related pictures on what people do to let them visualize themselves in that scenario kind of. I'm like big on that. So that'll be fun tomorrow to make it come to life and bring some color.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So exciting.
Yes, it definitely.
So what do you, I had a question around, this one question I try to ask a lot of designers I know. You know, like, what do you consider good design?
So I consider, so I guess first is the design. I feel like design is like a communication tool first. So when it's good design to me, it's communicating the right message, because a lot of the messaging is subconscious, like based on design choices. And I feel like as designers, we kind of intuitively know what we're picking and why. So a design that's communicating to the right client and then communicating the right message about the brand. That's easy to understand, I guess, for the user side, and that really supports the goal too. And then, of course, it's the basic design rules. I feel like at this point, that kind of stuff is so intuitive now. It's like if I see something that clashes, I'm like, oh God, no.
Right, you're like, I can see that border.
Yeah, so of course, like that kind of stuff, good design, like don't like mix the wrong colors together or just bad font choices. I'm hate like bad font. Like if you pick those fonts that look like they came out of like Microsoft Word or something.
Oh, you mean Papyrus and
yeah, oh my gosh, yeah,
and Comic Sans?
Yeah, like
we don't design with those anymore.
Or like glitter. Oh my God, people still using glitter. I'm like, don't use glitter, and unless you careful about the way you. But anyway, but yeah, just
so good design to you for you is it's a communication tool first. And then you're a purist in terms of like the design standards, right? I
mostly,
get that vibe from your designs.
Yeah.
You're very clean and, you know.
I'm trying to be kind of modern too, because I feel like my stuff is, it's very clean, but also kind of modern as well. Because I see some people like I don't know, have a kind of dated, well, not many designers. I feel like it's more so business people that try to DIY. They can end up picking stuff that maybe looks dated or looks kind of DIY, and you can tell.
Right. Yeah. I love it. Yeah, good design is a communication tool. Wait, what's wrong with Papyrus? Nothing's wrong with Papyrus.
He wants to do a project with Comic Sans. Okay.
Nothing's stopping you. Nothing's stopping you from doing a project with Comic Sans.
Yeah, somebody's like the glitter everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, as a communication tool. Amazing. Yeah. How do you really feel about rounded buttons with colored shadows?
Wow.
How do you feel about rounded buttons?
I don't mind a rounded button, but not the color shadow part. I couldn't really do that. Yeah, because this one client I put, for some reason, with the way we had a lot of circles in her branding, so the rounded button kind of complemented it. Cool. It was like a blog design though, but I haven't really done that for like a business design. But yeah, but that's.
If Avatar can pull Papyrus, you can too. All right. Yeah. Sure.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I can tell now.
Color shadows. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, it's just important to stay on top of the trends.
Yeah, you don't want your business to look like an amateur business, because people are judging a business too based on what they see online. Because I'm so quick to, if I see something, I'm like, this looks like it's not going to be that good, even though it could be really, really amazing service or amazing food or just whatever they offer. But if the presentation is looking kind of amateurish.
So when you're saying design for communication, it's also like, what are you saying about yourself as a business?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because people they don't realize that.
I think it's important to stay with the trend, just so that you know this. You have somebody's doing something with your website or your app. Someone's like has hands on it. So that's why trends are important for me, at least, right? But as a designer, you know, you're always wanting to stay on top of the newer ones, right? So what are those? You want to know what everyone's doing because you want to stay relevant.
Yeah.
But you also want to keep your eye out for what's happening tomorrow.
Exactly.
Oh, here's a question from Justin. What percentage of websites, apps, and blogs do you design?
Yeah, so mostly pretty much 100% of everything is like basically websites, really. Because I don't really do apps. I did an app for this, because usually I'm getting more like the solopreneur kind of clients.
Whoa, I don't know that
small.
Term. Solopreneur.
Oh, yeah, they're like a small, like they're just starting out. I'm trying to pivot to more people who may have a small team, who may be a little bit of stuff, but that transition has been one of my biggest business challenges at this point. But yeah. But they're just super new starting out, so they definitely don't have a budget to get an app created. We just focus on the website piece for them, and getting their branding together, because I do brand design too, to make sure they have branding they can put on their social media banners and that matches the website, so they have a cohesive look everywhere online. So
again, full all in house.
Yeah.
One woman just design, strategy, and brand.
Doing the most. Oh my God.
Doing the most. She's doing the most.
But I definitely limited. I'll stop there like with that stuff. So I don't want to go too far. I heard one girl one time, she did the email setup. I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing all that. Like, she was doing the website, the branding, the emails, funnels. I'm like, oh, they're going to have to go to somebody else for your email funnels. Not to me. But
man, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. People eat with their eyes first. It's true.
They do, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, because that's what I was compared to restaurants sometimes. Like if you were to walk in a restaurant and it just looked dirty in there, or the look didn't look right, and would you still ask about the food anyway? No, you're probably going to walk.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's the same thing with your website or your online presence. Like if people approach you and they see it, especially when you're trying to scale, because a lot of small business owners, I know they get a lot of clientele in person, I guess. So they kind of neglect the website. But if they want to scale, it's only so many people you can reach in your hometown. Like you have to embrace the online world to get people outside of your area to get more clients. So you have to.
Wow. And most of your work, Keshia's located, or you're based out of Atlanta?
Yep. So I'm based out of Atlanta.
Is a lot of your work kind of within that region, or are your clients all over the place?
Yeah, they've actually been all over, which has been interesting because I think I'm working with one Atlanta client right now. And they've been in just kind of random, like California, DC, Texas, South Carolina. Like, wow. That's the cool part about web design, like doing this kind of work as designers. I like that we can be location independent and still connect with people through like video call and stuff from anywhere. So it's really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of those things, and if you want to design along with Keshia, and you need like some inspo and you're liking her vibe, make sure to check out her UI kit. She's got a lot. There's a lot going on, and it's awesome. Oh, I want to get closer.
Oh, thank you.
It's awesome, and it's all about women. Yeah. It's women focused. It's women fronted.
Yeah.
This is a one woman business, one woman design team.
Yep. Yeah. This was for like Women's History Month for March, so they were like, do something that's kind of themed around women. So I was like, what can I do?
Yeah.
So that was cool.
And here's some examples of like what you've been creating right now. So here's got a sign up here going on.
The footer. I'm big on that footer thing.
Yeah, so it's right along with what's happening during the stream. And if you want to, play around and, have another designer guide you a little bit. And
use some of this color palette. It was cool. I love this color scheme.
I do. I love this color. I like it a lot.
Yeah, because I feel like
love the green you used.
Yeah. So it turned out really good. It was fun.
And this imagery on here is pretty great. Super diverse. We're talking a lot about like diverse imagery and which photo sharing or which just photo sites, which free photo sites have the best type of inclusive photographs.
Yes, yeah. So that was
you're really bringing all the in your work. It's very obvious you have a very good like diverse range of people.
Yeah, that's what was important. I was like, I don't know who may use this kit one day, so whatever somebody's background is, they can see somebody that looks like them on the
absolutely
mixed in the kit somewhere.
Absolutely. So if you need a diverse UI kit for women, use Keshia's.
So it's really, and then all these stock images in there were free stock images too. Actually, I think these were like Unsplash/Pexels stock images, so they're free to use in your work too. So you could continue using these same pictures if you needed them. So they're not like copyrighted or anything.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. We're all about the free kits here.
Yeah.
So everyone go check it out. There's the link. Flutie put it in the chat. Thank you so much.
Yeah. She's asking about what's Adobe Max. I'm like,
Adobe Max.
Where is that?
Adobe. Yeah, it's the Adobe conference. I think it's in LA this year.
Yeah.
I like LA.
Yeah, Paco says LA.
When later in the year?
Yeah, I think you're out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
There's some cool conferences everywhere.
I know.
Have you been to any cool ones?
I haven't. Not design conferences, no. I've done just regular, like, more businessy stuff, but yeah, not just design. But yeah, I gotta probably do some of that maybe next year. That would be cool, yeah.
Dora's asking about if you attribute photographers and stock images.
I don't, cause like making it work in your design, you want it to flow like, just like a regular web page would. So I don't. If it's like one of those free sites where you don't have to give it, then I just skip them.
Right, they are. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And you were talking a little bit about like sometimes these can be like just placeholders, right? So maybe the brand or the company doesn't have their photos they need yet, but maybe these are good inspiration for them, you know, because theoretically this would be like what you show. This is what it could be. And if they want to shoot their own, or maybe they have certain products that only they have, or maybe it's like them and they're marketing themselves and photos of themselves. These are great examples
of what
as
to
well.
do. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because that brings me back, too, because I do, to help clients, if you ever have a problem with getting good photos from clients, I added it's an extra step, but it helps you get better pictures to show off your design work. So you can make a little brand photography style guide, like just showing examples of what style they should do and giving them pose examples, because people sometimes aren't sure how to pose.
Right.
So you can give them all of that and give them a little short shots list and be like, here, just hand this to your photographer. And they can help you.
It's good to have photographer friends as well, right?
Yeah.
And just like being in with
you can recommend to your clients.
Exactly, yeah. Because imagery on a site is just like right up there with how the site's even laid out, right? It's as important as the design. It's the image itself and the quality of that image, right?
Because it makes your design just really just stand out and just pop with the right pictures.
You have the most beautiful design, but if picture is not working or is a little pixelated or has a watermark or doesn't communicate. These are great. These are great for this example. So we're just taking out the UI kit that Keshia actually designed, and we're just wrapping up her first day. Tomorrow's going to be a lot more. What's tomorrow? It's a lot more.
So tomorrow will be visual and colorful.
Colorful, beautiful.
All the colors and the food. We're gonna see real, actual food.
Oh my gosh! Okay, make sure you're eating lunch or eat lunch beforehand before you tune in tomorrow, because you will get hungry. It's a lot of food imagery coming our way tomorrow. Oh my gosh! Awesome! Well, thank you so much for coming out and making your way out here. And we only have 2 days, so this was a great first day, and tomorrow is going to be even better. Everyone tune in 12 to 2.
Yes, yep, so a couple more hours, and we'll be wrapping it up, and you'll see the finished product. Now I want to try to prototype it as well, so we can test out that prototyping feature here in XD. So
yes, can't wait. Cannot wait. I'm just so excited for this week. I'm really excited. Yeah, anyways.
Where's